Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report for some huzzas to the management and shareholders of comScore and RBDR's exclusive interview with someone you, our viewers, are apparently intensely interested in, Kristin Luck. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by Toolbox Sample, a member of the ISA family of companies providing a fresh approach to online research. Last week was one to be long remembered at comScore. Kantar agreed to spend as much as $243 million to acquire as much as 15.45% of the company as the two organizations entered a global alliance to measure cross-media audiences and campaigns outside the United States. comScore is also buying Kantar's internet audience businesses in select European markets, and all of that came on the heels of 2014 comScore revenues, which were up 18% for the year. We want to remind everyone about our market research Toolbox Report. It's the attempt to bring clarity about when each of approximately 50 types of research tools or techniques should be selected for a research project, and it encompasses both qualitative and quantitative options. Now, it's not as simple as you may think to come up with that information. When do you opt to do a focus group, or an online panel, or to do mobile research, or neuroscience, or a crowd science segment in your research? If you have those answers for one or more of the categories we have identified, you're invited to share it with the research community. And here's how. At rflonline.com, click on the toolbox in the upper right-hand corner and read how you can provide input and receive public credit for that contribution. We hope many of you will do so. Finally, RBDR's mid-January report that speculated about Kristin Luck's future after Decipher generated the second largest number of views for a single RBDR in our 2-year history. It's at 622 and still growing as of yesterday, versus our average of 150 daily views for a typical RBDR video. Now, your interest in Kristin convinced us to inaugurate a monthly conversation with her, and we're going to call it Coffee with Kristin. Apparently, she needs her caffeine and a lot of it in her daily morning wake-up. And she's preparing for this week's appearance at IAEX in Amsterdam and also May 24th in Toronto for her MRIA keynote. But we were lucky enough that she did squeeze us in. So, Kristin, it's been not quite a month since it was announced that Decipher was being sold to Focus Vision, that you were not part of the deal. What has been the overall reaction?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a really positive one industry-wise. Certainly I've gotten a lot of questions and still getting a lot of questions about the acquisition, and I think it's a positive one for the company and a positive one for our staff. There have been a lot of questions about what I'm going to do next, and surprised that I wasn't going on post-acquisition. Certainly, one thing that I learned was when Bob Lederer calls you, you want to call him back so he doesn't run a story wondering if you're lying on the side of a road in a ditch somewhere. I'm extremely grateful to Focus Vision for allowing me to exit the company. You know, when I joined Decipher back in 2007 as a partner, I had two real specific goals. One was to grow the brand and to get us known in the industry, and the second was to grow sales exponentially. And I accomplished both of those things, and I'm really proud of that work. And it's an amazing time for me to transition out of the company where I'm really solid ground. There's a great management team in place, and I'm really interested in doing something different. So that was the plan really all along, and I'm really grateful to Focus Vision for honoring that and allowing me to spread my wings and fly away and move on to new and different things. Obviously, my priority until the end of February, which is when I'm transitioning out of Focus Vision / Decipher, is to make sure that transition goes smoothly. I'm kind of just taking some time to figure out what resonates with me and what played to my strengths, and also make sure that I'm really honoring the work that I've done by taking a step back and trying to figure out, hey, what's that next step going to be? And at this point, I'm enjoying the consulting space, and I'm really enjoying the companies I'm working with, and I'm just going to take some time to sit and see how that all plays out.
For an organization that might be interested in talking to you, what do you consider to be your uppermost strengths?
Yeah. Certainly the marketing and branding strategy is a big passion of mine, and something I feel like I'm really well suited for. I know growth hacking is sort of a new term in our industry, and I've gotten a lot of questions around that. And I think
what is it?
Yeah. So it's a new term for most of us, but it's kind of a long-held practice among, some of the best marketers and product managers in Silicon Valley. And it's really about using, sort of alternative techniques, including some lean startup techniques, to really exponentially drive growth in a company through, alternative marketing methods, certainly through some creative messaging and iterative testing of that messaging. So I don't want to give you all my tips and tricks, but certainly it's something that I feel like I really excel at, and something that I've spent a lot of time studying, and is really, really of interest to me.
Kristin just launched her new website for Kristin Luck Consulting, and that web address is KristinLuck.com. That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by Soapbox Sample, a member of the ISA family of companies. It's providing a fresh approach to online research. Soapbox Sample is excited to show off some of the capabilities of its new mobile app. It's known as My Soapbox Mobile. The app enables consumers to capture and share their reactions in real time, providing greater insights fresh from consumers' points of experience. There's been a lot of talk about mobile research, and way less mobile research activity than many would believe. But we've linked to a video that may open your eyes as to what mobile can achieve. Look for it in our subscriber email and the description box under this video, and then maybe try it out for yourself. Have a great research day, and we'll look forward to having you back here tomorrow.